playing a very talented and gritty, tough Penn State team. We knew it was going to be a challenge. Proud of the way our guys responded. Really, really enjoy the energy that we were able to feed off from our student section in the red T-shirts. That was big for us. Eric and Fats played really well, especially in the second half. Ian gave us some good minutes again off the bench. He had another night of 4 steals. I thought we were disruptive in the passing lanes, and it gave us a chance to get out in some fast break settings.
With Eric, back from the injury, maybe he wasn't quite himself the other night. Maybe he isn't quite himself overall yet. But how significant was it to you that he was able to assert himself there in that stretch in the second half to be able to pull away?
Not even in the second half. The first half when he checked in, he made his presence felt right from the get-go, coming off screens really hard, squaring up, being aggressive, looking at the basket. And when he does that, he opens up so many different things for our team. But in the second half, he came in and made some plays that we're used to Eric making. And we're certainly happy to see that. And, the more comfortable he is, the more minutes he's going to get, and he'll get back to his regular load, I anticipate fairly soon. So.
Hey, Coach. When Ian Martinez and Andy are playing defense the way they did tonight, both combining for 8 steals, just how good can a team be defensively when those guys are going on that end?
Well, whenever you're that disruptive defensively, it gives your team a chance to score against the other team's broken defense, if you will, right? Because it's easier to set your defense on a made bucket. So you get a steal, you get a stop, you get a deflection, you get out in transition, you're in the open court. A lot of good things can happen for our team in the open court. Ian is able to get to the rim. I think Hawk got to the rim for an and one opportunity. So when those guys have active hands and great anticipation, it leads to easier scoring opportunities for us.
Jacob Taylor.
Coach talking about Fats. I know in the first half you had to sit a decent bit with the fouls, but just talking about from half one to half two, the adjustment that he made and how he was attacking the paint a little bit more.
Well, we knew coming in they were going to play a certain style of ball screen defense, and there were times where they played really good ball screen defense. We got a better feel for it in the second half, and that led to Fats and all of our guys being able to shoot pull-up jump shots around the Big Ten logo. And Fats started knocking them down, then he could get to the rim. And then when he was that aggressive, even if he misses the basket, their big guy is contesting late, so that gave our bigs, I think Q for sure got an offensive rebound put back because his man was contesting the shot. So whenever Fats and any of our guards put pressure on the rim and that big man has to come over and help, it's opened up scoring opportunities for our bigs with offensive rebounds.
Dave Preston's here.
Danny, you guys held Pickett to 6 of 18 shooting. He had a couple runs here and there, but he never really got into his groove. What was the key in containing him tonight?
Well, whenever you play up against a very talented basketball player like him, you got to go in with, like most teams, you got 3 or 4 coverages that you're going to throw at him. And you throw the first one at him, and if it works, you'll stay with it a little bit longer. We had to change our coverage up on Sessoms because he started making shots, and we started switching, started doing some other things. So a lot of it is just feel for the game and making sure that, we can go to plan A, plan B, and plan C if needed.
Coach, Penn State just 5 attempts from the free throw line today. How are you guys able to hold Penn State out of the paint and just to keep them, not getting as many fouls to the free throw line?
Our guys have been doing a really good job of playing defense with their head and their feet and keeping their hands wide. And that's something that, we talk about on a regular basis, staying in front of the basketball and making teams shoot tough, contested shots over us. In a perfect world, it's 2s opposed to 3s. And being disciplined enough when we contest a shot, not getting close enough to foul. Now, we're not perfect, and we do foul from time to time. But for the most part, that's what we like to do. And we're able to execute that today.
Danny, another question related to Eric. I'm sure it's been a frustrating week or so for him, missing a game, obviously not quite being himself and all that. How has he kind of handled things behind the scenes in your estimation? And, just I'm sure, he's obviously a very mature guy, but how has that kind of impacted things behind the scenes for him?
Well, Eric is a very mature young man. And, you can tell I've been there before playing with an injury or of some sort that kind of slows you down a little bit. And each day he gains a little bit more confidence. And today's performance was a direct result of the practice he had yesterday. He made shots yesterday. He felt like the old Eric in terms of his aggressiveness and scoring the basketball and going to make plays. When he was first coming off the injury, he was more of a playmaker, not confident enough in wanting to shoot the basketball. Now he's back to shooting the basketball and making plays off the bounce.
Anything else, guys? Good.
Danny, I think 8 free throws made by Fats in the last 53 seconds of regulation. Just if you could expand on just how huge he was in the clutch tonight.
Well, definitely was a closer for us. Got open in press offense, strong with the basketball, knew Penn State had to foul, drew the fouls, and stepped to the line and knocked down big free throws for us. So, that presence, his experience was really big for us, but also the guys taking the ball out of bounds, recognizing that he was open and getting the ball to him right away. And then from there, I thought our guys did a really good job of having spacing and making themselves available if that's needed to pass the basketball.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, one more.
One more.
Is that okay? Just got that. Danny, I don't know if anyone asked you about this, the spot press. The 2-2-1 zone is what it looked like. Is that right?
I can't tell you our secrets.
Well, why did you do it? Because they haven't been pressed. What led you to believe that it could be effective?
That's a defense we've used before. And, we have a short rotation, so we have to pick and choose when we use it because it is an exhausting type of defense. And, we were going to come out and just throw a different look at them. That was the main purpose of it. And the first time we did it, I believe they threw the ball, turned it over.
Yeah.
And then we went back to it a few more times and, made it a disruptive type of defense and get into their offensive flow. So that was the main purpose, was just try to be disruptive and give them a different look.
So it wasn't as much about them as about just something you wanted to do.
Yes. And make other teams have to scout and prepare for it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
We'll have Eric, Fats, and Dante shortly.